Namaste, everyone, and welcome back to Anchor the Light. I know it's been a few weeks. I've been traveling a lot, as most of you know. I was in, I don't even remember what it was. I was in Germany, Iceland, Norway, uh, Germany, UPW, and then I was this past weekend was in Southern California for Helios Mastery, and then we're doing it again next week. So I apologize that we weren't able to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I remember my teacher used to say that we're slaves to the work in a good way, because it's the life mission to keep doing what we're doing. So I hope that you're at least able to watch the earlier videos. Okay, so today, the lesson is very, very simple, as we try to make it all the time. It's about archery. So soul archery. There's this term called soul archery, when divine guidance calls us inward. So the archer symbolizes a spiritual practitioner. Okay, actually symbolizes everyday people. We have a goal, we want to attain that goal. And let's start there. A person without a goal will die. As simple as that. If the person doesn't have anything to live for, what happens? There's no drive. So the system says, oh, there's nothing to reach for. So everything starts slowing down and maybe shutting down. And I was told that there's some statistics that say that men, after they retire, if they don't have any goals, they don't have anything they're doing, there's a tendency to die within 5 years. Quite interesting, right? So you have to have something to live for. So the archer represents the person who has an outcome in life. And my teacher used to always say, have goals and aspirations for your health, your relationships, your material possessions or finances, emotional mental growth, and spirituality. Without these, you'll feel empty. So let's dive a little more in the archer. So with the archer, when you want to shoot something, right, you want to aim for the target, what does it require? It requires focus, staying with the target. You cannot be like, okay, well, a bird goes by, that's interesting. Focus. Then what else? It requires alignment. Your body has to be in the right place. The bow, the arrow has to be aligned towards the target. Meaning we have to align our resources, our physical resources, emotional, mental, even spiritual resources. Make sure that, whatever it is your objective is, you have them prepared and lined up. For example, you want a better job. Well, you have to be qualified. You have to have a resume to apply, if that's what you're doing. You need to know what you're applying for, what is your target, and then you have to focus on getting it by going to interview, following it up, all these things that forces you to stay on task. Otherwise, what happens? A lot of people do 20 things and never get anything done right. So, you heard the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. An archer is a master of one, hitting the target. And I always use this example because it really illustrates what happens. Many years ago, my teacher was here for a retreat to teach and facilitate a retreat. And, as we're getting everything ready, one of the volunteers had, I think it was back pain. And so I was such in a hurry to make sure everything's done right because the teacher's showing, right? And I asked one of the other volunteers, hey, could you please work on him for his back pain? I'm really busy. I need to take care of some stuff. She says, okay. I forgot, right? 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later or something, the other guy's still in pain. So I go, wow, he's still in pain. So I asked this lady, I go, what happened? Did you work on him? Back pain protocol or just do some sweeping? She's standing like this the entire time. Well, I know 27 healing modalities, and I don't know which one to use. I said, okay, I'll take care of it. I know one, and I know it well. Come here. So I, like most of you, if you've taken pranic healing, you do sweeping, gentle energizing, cut negative cords, less than 5 minutes, finish, no more pain. This person, in the meantime, was 15, 20 minutes still thinking. Useless. There's a lot of people with a lot of knowledge, but they can't get anything done because there's no focus. She knows 27 different techniques, which are completely useless when a person has pain. Think about it. That's why I always say, I don't know that many modalities, but I know one. And whatever I know, I make sure I know it very well. That's like having an arrow. You have one target. You're not shooting 20 different things. You're shooting one, and you make sure you aim. That requires what? One word: discipline. Prepare, practice, and one thing about an archer is repetition. They keep shooting that target, that bullseye, over and over again. At first, you want to fly all over the place until what? You hit it. And then as you hit it, you keep going over and over and over again. Now, how does this relate to spirituality? In addition to having a target, on hitting that bullseye, that target, we're going to miss. In hitting that spiritual goal, we're going to miss. And how do you make sure you get better and better and closer to that goal each time? You have to do self-reflection, right? We have to go, why did we miss? Is it because my shoulder wasn't aligned, my stance wasn't aligned? Was it the wind? Was it what? It requires inner reflection, self-reflection, not blame. Unfortunately, again, a lot of people, they don't hit the target. Default, it's somebody else's fault. Well, I didn't reach that goal because these people were negative, people are against me, there's psychic attack, blah, blah, blah. Every excuse in the universe, instead of saying, maybe my stance wasn't right. Maybe I got distracted. So a person who's more advanced or mature, instead of blaming others, would say, maybe my breathing wasn't correct. How could I make it better? Let me test it again. So in Arhatic Yoga, in pranic healing, we call this inner reflection, firm resolution. So there are 5 virtues, and most of you, if you ever pick up a pranic healing book or you go to pranic healing, we always talk about this. Loving kindness, non-injury. Generosity, non-stealing. Honesty, non-lying. Constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness. Moderation and non-excessiveness. So these 5 virtues are like very simple targets that we have for the development of the soul. Okay? So it's the nature of the soul to have 3 aspects: love, intelligence, and will. Another term for will is power. So you're a spiritual being of divine love that manifests as the ability to master, hopefully, nobody expects to do it in one lifetime, loving kindness. And the opposite of that, as you keep practicing loving kindness, you don't want to injure anyone. So loving kindness is non-injury. Another aspect of love is generosity and non-stealing. You're very generous with your time, your money, your resources, your efforts to help others, and we don't take things that are not ours. Make sense? So those are aspects of love of the soul. Then the soul is also a being of intelligence, divine intelligence. That manifests as honesty and non-lying, or accurate perception, correct expression. That's divided into outside and inside. Outside meaning we do our best not to deceive people. Okay, you notice the words do our best because there are circumstances where you have to practice a certain level of non-honesty, as simple as somebody points a gun at you. Oh, what's your bank account? What's your, how much money do you have? What are your resources? What's the password for your email? You're not going to sit there and just blurt it out because you're supposed to be honest. Make sense? There's mature type of honesty. Or, that, as we always say, Lord Buddha taught us, before you open your mouth, you ask a few questions. Number 1, if I'm going to say something to someone, number 1, is it true? Number 2, is it necessary for me to say so? Number 3, is it kind? So even though something we're going to say is true, but it's not necessary to say it because it will hurt the person and, you just keep your mouth shut. But if you really need to say it, it's there to say it in such a way it's kind and uplifting. So honesty has to be the mature type of honesty. We're just skimming the surface here, okay? So you're a spiritual being of divine power and will. Power will is not only the ability to exert that power, but also the ability to withhold that power and will as needed. So this manifests as constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness, moderation, non-excessiveness. So as far as the archer is concerned, you have to have a target. And you keep going at it until you hit the bullseye. So constancy of aim and effort, right? The aim is there. Oh, I want to hit that goal. I want to hit that target. And the effort, you keep going. Don't take no for an answer. Non-laziness means whatever task we need to do, whatever responsibilities we need to get done, we have to fulfill it. Then moderation, non-excessiveness. You want to be loving. You want to be caring. You want to hit your goal. You want to be generous. All of this have to be done in a balanced manner. You cannot say, oh, I want to be very, very loving and I want to be generous, and you get everything you have, you cannot even feed your family. Or you can say, oh, I'm going to focus on my goal. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to really want to be super financially successful. In the meantime, you work so hard that you don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't exercise, so the body breaks down. So even though you're using your will, it has to be balanced by the other virtues. So hence, non-excessiveness. And one last thing. A lot of people want to have power, right? Power comes in many forms. Power over the people you work with. When I say power, in the sense that you have control, okay, you're able to manage people. What else? The power to hit your goal. The power to be healthy. Now, all of these called power and will, can only be attained if we have the ability to regulate this power. In other words, power has to be balanced by intelligence and loving kindness. I remember my teacher used to say, if you want real power and energy, you have to master loving kindness. In other words, the great spiritual teachers, the great beings, will give you massive amounts of energy only if we have the ability to regulate that power, that it's not hurtful to others. Quite interesting, right? So when I heard that, I go, think about it. A good manager has power over the subordinates, but the subordinates do not feel the power. They just naturally want to follow that leader because that leader shows strength, shows like a resolve to be successful, and somehow makes everyone feel loved, feel nurtured, and included in reaching that goal. So all that to just share with you, the archer is a very, very interesting metaphor for the person on the spiritual path. We keep aiming for the target, oneness with God, oneness with all, enlightenment. Different people have different things for it. But it requires focus. It requires alignment. Alignment meaning you align with the 5 virtues of being loving, being generous, being focused, work harder, or work towards your goal, and a life of balance. And as you keep doing that, doesn't mean that we're going to hit it every time. We're going to screw up now and then. Hopefully more success than screw ups. Each time we ask a simple question. How could I make it better? When yesterday somebody was talking to me, I lost it. I started screaming and yelling. Instead of saying, well, it's their fault, they deserve it, you go, how could I make it better? I should have practiced kindness. I should try to listen and understand what they were trying to say. And then use the right words to calm the situation down and generate harmony. Instead of what I did yesterday. Okay, noted. That's inner reflection. Or there's a goal I did not achieve. Let's see. Instead of saying, because people are negative, they're attacking my project, you think, wait, what is it within me that did not step up? Was I lazy? Yeah, I kind of got overconfident, and so I did not work as hard. Okay, I'll make that correction. What else? I lost focus. I got distracted with useless things. Okay, noted. So that's like the archer. Okay, how come it didn't hit the target? Next time, I'll realign. Make sense? The realignment of the soul is saying, which of the virtues did I not do well? And you keep adjusting. So if you want to, write this down. I remember my teacher used to say, inner reflection and firm resolution. Inner reflection means you reflect. Firm resolution means you resolve to change, make it better. So inner reflection leads to awareness. Awareness leads to transformation. Transformation leads to growth and evolution. What does that mean? Without inner reflection, firm resolution, it's just like you keep shooting arrows, but you don't know why didn't it not hit the target? You know, some people just mindlessly keep going. You have to do inner reflection. How come I'm not feeling happy? How come I didn't hit the target? How come these people were upset with me? You have to reflect. That's that part of inner reflection based on the virtues. Because of that, the end result of that practice is awareness. You go, okay. Now I'm aware that if I don't speak in a certain manner, it'll cause people to be angry and upset. Okay, it's just like, okay, if I don't really look at this angle towards the bullseye, I'll keep missing. So next time, I'll align it. So that awareness wakes us up. It's just like saying, okay, I'm going to shoot. Wait. I know that I'm aware that I'm going back to the old pattern. So let me just realign my body, aim it for the target. That's awareness. Awareness gives us the ability, write this down, to catch ourselves before we make the mistake again, before we miss the target again. So inner reflection, firm resolution, looking within, inquiry, some schools call it self-inquiry, leads to awareness. Awareness leads to transformation because we realize, okay, I'm about to make the mistake again. I'm not going to do that. So awareness forces us to make corrections. Making corrections is called transformation. Without awareness, it's just like we keep doing the same stupid thing and we're not aware we screwed up. We're oblivious to it. So what happens? You keep doing it. So awareness is like, hey, don't do that again. Remember what happened last time? Oh, yeah, I'll be careful now. So inner reflection, firm resolution, self-inquiry leads to what? Awareness. Awareness leads to transformation. Transformation manifests as character building, spiritual evolution, and ultimately enlightenment and oneness with God. It goes in that line. No, spirituality is not linear. It is linear. The problem why people can't get there is because they look at it, well, I want to do this, I want to do it. They do 20,000 different things. And so what happens? Energy is wasted. I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try this. Instead of saying, wait, the soul needs to grow, needs to learn. Are there certain patterns that need to be present for this to happen? Yes, you need to awaken the will aspect of the soul, the love aspect of the soul, the intelligence aspect of the soul. And it's summarized by many great spiritual teachers. It just so happened in the case of Master Cho, it's distilled down to just simply 5 virtues. You're a being of divine love, which manifests as loving kindness, non-injury, generosity, non-stealing. You're a spiritual being of divine intelligence, which manifests as what? Accurate perception, correct expression, non-falsehood, or simplified as honesty and non-lying, to others and to oneself. You're a spiritual being of divine will, which manifests as constancy of aim and effort and non-laziness, and moderation, non-excessiveness, the ability to balance all the other virtues. So as we take this pattern and just try to keep installing it within ourselves by constantly realigning with the target, So that manifests as awareness. We start being aware. Oh, what are we doing right? What we're not doing wrong? What we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, and just focus on what to do, what's right, and minimize what we screw up on. It manifests as what? Transformation. It forces us to change. From that, as you keep refining it, more positive qualities and negative qualities, it manifests as a continuous evolution towards perfection. Perfection means what? Less mistakes, experiencing oneness with God, oneness with all, enlightenment. It's a straight line. Of course, when you magnify that straight line, the little corrections are made. Now, I'll leave you with one thought. You talk to archers, you talk to, what do you call these, people who shoot guns. Anytime you're focusing on a target, there's this zone that they're in. Sometimes you're so focused, you're getting things, and you're like in the zone. Although it sounds like you're busy, but there's a moment of extended stillness. In fact, that's what they tell you. If you're going to shoot an arrow, shoot a gun, there has to be some point you have to either hold your breath on the exhale or the inhale, and that's the part where there's stillness. There's stillness, right? You inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So when you're shooting an arrow or a gun, they say when you're shooting, at that point, you cannot be the inhalation phase or exhalation phase. You have to be either on the hold, on the top, or the bottom. When you're doing meditation, spiritual practice, what happens? At first, you notice your body breathing, inhale, exhale. You become so still that it's as if it's not breathing. It's not that you're breathing. You're spending a little more time on the space between the inhale and exhale, and then the exhale and the inhale. When we do our meditations, you bless the earth. You visualize a point of light on top of your head, which we're going to do now. And what happens? We chant, or you do it silently. You chant Om or Amen or Amin. In between each chant, there's a space. That stillness is super, super important because in stillness is alignment and spiritual power. Let's meditate. Put your hands on your heart. We'll do the meditation Twin Hearts as taught to us by my teacher, Grandmaster Chua Kok Sui. Be aware of your heart, your crown, especially your crown. I am that I am. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion or the thoughts. I am the soul. I am the soul. Just focus on your crown and higher. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that, the soul, that I am. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark, the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God, meaning we're still growing and evolving. I'm one with God, I'm one with all. There's only oneness. Be aware of your crown. Allow your consciousness to keep lifting higher and higher. Now open your hands in blessing. We'll do the meditation Twin Hearts. So be aware of your heart, the human heart, and then afterwards the crown, the spiritual heart. Be aware of your heart in your hands. Fill the earth with beautiful pink light. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred, within me, outside of me, let me bring forth, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Where there's darkness, light, sadness, joy. Just allow your heart to open up with even more love and let that loving energy flow through your hands. Bless your family, your friends, people you work with, the city you live in, the country. Let it spread throughout the entire earth. May all be blessed with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. So be it. Just be still. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown, the top of your head. Exhale. Just be aware of your crown and be still. Your crown is filled with so much golden light. Just allow that golden light to flow down through your hands and bless your home. Bless your family members. Think of all the people you love. Fill them with this golden light. Especially the ones that you're not getting along with. Fill them with more golden light. Unconditional love. Let it spread to your relatives, your friends, the people you work with. Let the golden light just spread throughout the country. Let it spread throughout all the countries of the world and the entire world. Fill the world with beautiful golden light. Just be aware of your crown in your hands. Just continue saturating the world with golden light. And just say, our hearts are one, our souls are one. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire body, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. So be it. May all be blessed with peace, with love, and with kindness. So be it. Now, be aware of your heart and your crown simultaneously. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, imagine golden light pouring out of our hands and once more blessing our homes. Let it spread throughout the city, the country. Let it spread throughout the entire earth. Fill the earth with intense golden light. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth, in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may all beings in every direction, above and below, every dimension, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. May all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. May all be healed of any pain, sorrow, or suffering. So be it. So be it. Continue blessing people who need help and blessings. Keep going. Just flood them with golden light. We are one. Blessings be to all. So be it. May all be blessed. May all beings be blessed. So be it. Be still. Now gently lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just imagine a beautiful golden flame just floating above your head. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. Stay there. Just look at that golden light. Om. Be still. Just look at the light. Om. Be aware of the stillness In between each Om, simultaneously be aware of that beautiful golden light. Om. Be still. Be aware of the inner stillness, the inner peace, the nothingness. And just simply let go. Now. Gently, very slowly, very gently and slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers, move your toes. Just raise your hands like this. Again, picture the people you love. Fill them with golden light. And as you bless them with golden light, let it spread throughout the country. Let it spread throughout the entire earth. May every person, every being be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity and spiritual oneness. So be it. Blessings be to all. Continue blessing your family, your friends, people you work with, blessing your country and all the countries in the world. May all beings be blessed. So be it. May all be blessed. Now, aim your hands down. Just focus on your feet, your hands, the base of your spine. Just project golden light down into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings to Mother Earth. Blessings be to Mother Earth and all her children. So be it, and so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, we thank you for all your immense blessings. Personally, to my teacher, Master Choa Kok Sui Mahago Jibeng, thank you in full faith. So be it. Okay? I hope you got something out of it. Just go back, study the lessons again, and you'll be surprised how much we do try to emulate a good archer. Always have a goal. Even if the goal is small, you hit it, have another goal. Have another goal. All right, so we won't be having an anchor light here tonight because I'll be traveling. I'll be on the plane. Yeah, that seems to be my second home, plane. So we will see you next, let's see, I fly back. Yeah, I'll be back Monday. So on Monday, we'll have anchor light. In between, I'll be traveling to see if I can, get some good Wi-Fi and at least have some lessons. All right. Namaste, everyone. You all take care. God bless. And please share this with as many people as possible. There are at least 1,000 videos there, whatever platform. And share it with as many people. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for allowing me to serve all of you. Namaste.